At Dixie Power, our goal is to provide our members with the most safe, reliable, and affordable power possible. In our previous video, we explained how safety, reliability, and affordability are three competing factors that we are always trying to keep in balance. In this presentation, we will discuss why solar power is not yet a reliable or an affordable option. The entire Western grid is now facing the potential for rolling blackouts due to the retirement of reliable, dispatchable plants replaced by solar and wind power. When we understand that the consumers determine demand for electricity, or when electricity is used, we start to see why solar and wind farms are actually causing problems for the grid as a whole. Because electricity is consumed in the very moment that it is generated, and to date no large-scale, affordable electrical storage options exist, we have to be able to serve the demand when the consumers request it. The highest demand for electricity is between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and unfortunately for solar generation, the peak generating times are between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. This causes a total mismatch between demand and generation. Though solar generation can help reduce demand in the middle of the day, we still have to have all of the dispatchable plants and infrastructure in place to serve the demand in the evening when it is the highest. If we could affordably store electricity generated by solar between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and use it during the peak demand times of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., then solar would be an excellent solution. But remember that electricity is consumed in the very moment that it is generated. This requires generation plants to be able to chase the demand for electricity. In order for the grid to be reliable, generation plants are required to ramp up and down the generation of electricity to chase the demand curves generated by its consumers. Solar and wind simply do not have the ability to ramp up and down generation. They are not dispatchable. Generation plants that are able to ramp up and down generation include natural gas, hydro, coal, and nuclear power. As reliable dispatchable plants continue to be retired and replaced with solar and wind generation, we will continue to see less and less reliability in our Western grid. When technology advances to the point that we can affordably store the generation produced by solar, we would agree that it would be an excellent solution. Unfortunately, it is just not to the point yet that it reduces the requirement for reliable, dispatchable generation. As our goal is to provide our members with the most reliable and affordable power, we will be the first to implement solar when it can effectively meet those two goals. But for now, affordability and reliability have not made solar a viable replacement for dispatchable plants.